Hey, what's going on? All right, so today we're gonna be doing something a little different. I just got back from judo. It's a Saturday. I was over at Pedro's and I met a black belt there. He had a bit of a Russian accent. You could tell that he's been doing judo for a long time. And he asked if what my experience was. And I was like, yeah, I've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu. And he just kind of laughs and he proceeds to give me 3 tips that for jiu-jitsu players that as jiu-jitsu players, he's seen jiu-jitsu players do. Like he even was like, even I've seen the Gracies do this and this is not good for judo. So I'm gonna tell you these things, that way you know and I can remember. That way we can improve our stand-up game as jiu-jitsu players. All right, so the first tip that he gave me has to do with posture. In jiu-jitsu, I find that we do a lot of bending at the waist and looking at feet. And this can work against us because this is a very compromising position. In judo, he was like, think of your center of gravity and keep your back straight and bend at the knees instead. And he's like, see how I'm moving, how it's like this as opposed to kind of like that. So as a jiu-jitsu player, next time you're doing stand-up or if you're trying to get into judo, think about where you're looking. For me, when I'm doing judo, I'm like looking at the person's feet because I'm like, what's going on here? But today what I tried, this is such a great tip for a white belt because just try to like not look at feet or legs and just feel where they are. And you can kind of tell by where like the hips are moving, where they are in space. And when you're coming up in any type of field or martial art, it's great to have these basics that you can focus on because you can actually control it. Like if you're going out as a white belt, you're probably not going to uchimata somebody that's experienced your first time out. However, what you can do during randori or open mat is practice not looking at the feet and looking up like you're friggin' ballroom, like you're ballroom dancing. All right, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 was really interesting, okay? He did something to me that I had never felt before. And I'm gonna try to demonstrate so that you can do it too. All right, what he did to me was a grip where he gripped right here and he twisted and he drove like the bottom of his knuckles into my collarbone. And while he was doing this, he emphasized on the fact of keeping a tight fist but a loose arm. The same thing that I've heard in boxing, like how you have a tight fist but you want your arm to be loose to snap, same principle. So tip number 2, and the reason why he does that is he's like, listen, if you can make the other person feel uncomfortable and notice because sorry if I'm dropping F-bombs, it was uncomfortable to have somebody put pressure on the collarbone. It's a very sensitive area. So try that. Try to get a grip and twist your arm, like your fist, so that it's driving into their collarbone, because that's all I was thinking about. And I saw him do it to a blue belt in judo, and I was like, I know how you feel, because he did it to me, and that was very uncomfortable. It's like all you can think about until you get to the point where, your collarbones are just so used to it, you don't even feel it anymore. Tip number 3, and it relates to this type of grip. This happens all the time. I see it in judo. Like I feel it as well. It's like when you're going with somebody, there's so much tension because you want that win that it translates into stiffness. And here's a reframe that is excellent in so many ways, okay? He said, everything is information. He's like, Crystal, when I tried his grip, in order to get that force in the collarbone, my arm automatically tensed. And he's like, Crystal, you're losing all that information through your tension. He's like, you want to be able to feel where I'm moving. That way, you know what I'm doing, so you can set up counters to it. And that reframing takes out the fear, because it's like, oh, everything's information. I want this loose. So during Randori, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, step one, arm, like posture straight, knees bent, don't look at the feet, try to like move and try to feel where they're moving in space, as opposed to being so locked out that I'm now controlling where they are in space because of my tense arm. So it's like, how am I ever gonna get to their hips if I have this like frozen arm? It's gonna be like, where are the hips? I don't know, they keep on getting pushed out. So yeah, I just got back from judo. It's a Saturday and I just wanted to share these things with you. That way you have some tips that are useful, that you can implement, especially if you're a white belt. Like, it's just so great. It's so great. All right, so I'm gonna shower and start editing next week's video. Yeah, and until next time, bye.
It's gonna be a quick one. Just going out some pieces. Okay. Boom. Start from here. Boom. Stop. And look what I'm gonna do. Look at my left hand. Am I going crazy or? I'm gonna pull out. Okay. And then you do it like this. Then when you go down, you go down. Are you guys done? You're going? Stop. Right. I did the right leg. You know what you're doing? You're doing this.
Okay, now with our partners. 2 sets of 5. Okay, it's going to be a little bit tricky. So we're doing 4 uchi combos. So all the way in, all the way out. On your 5th one, throwing your partner. Okay, that's 1 set. Next partner goes. Alright, James, have you done 5 yet? No. Okay, good. So let's see who goes.
This is an exercise in finding the analysis paralysis.